Hey guys, it's LynkPlaysGames. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to First Snow. We've got Millie here with us, being cute, adorable, annoying. The cafeteria is a little less full than the library. The stacks of food behind the counter are already running low on all the usual student favorites, with the line for food moving quickly. I managed to grab the last set of sandwiches and move on. Scanning about, I noticed Caprice sipping her juice, an empty tray before her. She sure eats fast. Glad for the company either way. I walk over and take a seat at her table.
Hi!
Hey Allie, long time no see. We saw each other yesterday. How's everything going? How's your classes? Not too bad. It's all familiar enough right now. Not that everyone's doing as well as I am. As I unpack my sandwich and begin to nibble, my thoughts turn to the woman in the library. I feel a little sorry for her. Eileen's struggle reminding me that I have it easier than some at times. Then there's the matter of her in the club. Setting my food back down, I decide to tackle more directly than usual. If Eileen can be so direct with others, then so can I. I was thinking you meant for me to meet Eileen last week, didn't you? She's fun, isn't she? Something like that. The painting of the girl in the water was really pretty.
Yeah!
She's really good, huh? No wonder the other art club tried to grab her. About that, more about Eileen. I'm not sure it's a good idea to be forcing people into this club. I know you're excited to get things started, but just because her art's good doesn't mean she wants to be in a club. You sound like you're not really into it yourself. She's sharper than I give her credit for. Caught off guard, I have to stop and think as she sips at the last of her juice. The sucking sound as she makes sure to get every last drop doesn't help. I can't say I'm enthusiastic about this. Eileen studying is exactly what I need to be doing, lest I waste my scholarship. On the other hand, Caprice is my only friend right now, and I do enjoy spending time with her. As she puts down her drink with a satisfied breath, I know my answer. I can make time for it. She gives a comically big sigh, missing my hesitation entirely. If this ends up only being between a couple of us, maybe it won't be too bad. Long as it's not a whole bunch of people getting involved. I want to do this for her sake as well. You know, Eileen kinda looks lonely all by herself in that room. Huh, I hadn't considered that Caprice was coming at it from that angle. It makes me think a little better of her. What she says makes me reconsider Eileen's actions in another light as well. I wonder how much of her reluctance around this isn't due to Caprice herself, but rather her feeling used by the other club for her art. Seeing that kind of talent makes you kind of envious though, right? Well, I just drew a bit in high school for fun. I don't think I could ever manage something beautiful like that. We keep chatting, but Caprice's earlier words stick firmly in my mind. We may meet every school day and talk quite a lot, but at least she does. But I realize just how little I actually know her in spite of that. Maybe spending more time together wouldn't be so bad after all. You're trying to get me to like Caprice. You're trying to get me to say she's not half bad. I don't know. Jury's still out on Caprice, man. With time on my hands, thanks to the last class of the week finally being over, some quiet sketching would be a nice way to unwind. With that in mind, I make my way up to the art room. Studying would be a proper thing to do, but I'm just too burnt out. Not that this stubborn cold helps either. While most classes are winding down, their professors aware that the looming hallways are a big distraction. Others have tried ramping up the workload to try and cover everything in their semester plans. I might be keeping up, but plenty aren't. With my bag tucked under my arm, I give a sigh as I stagger along the snowy path to the arts building. It would be nice to feel I'm doing more than treading water in class and socially. Stepping into the arts building with its sprung-up decorations reminds me to look on the bright side. It's already the middle of November, so not long until Christmas, and being back with my family. I'll be thankful to be back with them, even if the rest of the holiday period is a wash. I manage to tangle around a chatting group of friends blocking the hallway, start up the stairs without bothering them. Another small success. I briefly wonder if Eileen's in the art room. As I proceed along the second floor hallway, her paintings are always nice to see, but whether she thinks of me as just another pain like she views Caprice weighs on my mind. Opening the door to the quiet room, I can't say I'm surprised at the sight before me. Of course she was going to be here. Eileen's eyes glance over as I gingerly shut the door behind me, ended up being the only acknowledgement of my presence at all before she goes right back to her work. Curiosity about what she's painting gets the better of me. Is it okay if I watch?
Sure.
Go ahead. She doesn't bother to look at me as she says it, but it doesn't sound reluctant either, so I scoot over and sit myself on a table quietly as I can. Eileen's brush continues to flick to and fro as she works on the background. So, Caprice is the no-show? She said she had to go do something with her roommates. Her shoulders slump as she sighs relieved. You really hate her that much? Believe me, if I hated her, you'd know. I'm just glad I have some quiet. It's hard not to take that as a thinly veiled implication that I should be quiet as well. Wallace might not be wrong that Eileen means well, but that doesn't make her any easier to talk to. Something on your mind? You're really good at this. It'd feel weird to say that I've been talking about Eileen behind her back, but what I said is true though. I'm impressed that she can carry on a conversation while working, and I like how her painting's turning out.
Thanks.
Been doing it for a while. As a hobby? If everything works out, hopefully as a career, artist or teacher, aiming for the latter. That does explain her persistence at working away to get better, wanting to be a teacher though. She gives the feeling of drill sergeant more than art tutor. Tubes out. Eileen gets up and places her supplies on the stool beside her, opening the cupboard and fiddling around a bit. Before long, she emerges with a new tube of crimson paint in hand. Rather than get back to painting after closing the door, though, she instead turns to me. So what about you?
Huh?
Sorry? What are you doing once you escape this place? I don't really know. Still trying to figure that out. I feel like I failed a test as I trailed off, but Eileen doesn't seem worried. You're still young. There's a good few courses to look into here. Just try your hand at whatever comes up until something grabs you. There are plenty of ways to spend your time in college. You're smart too, so you have that going for you. I awkwardly smile at the praise. I've never been good at knowing how to handle compliments. She may say that, but the fact Eileen's so set on a career, yet only seems to be around my age, rubs in my lack of direction. I'm still patting myself on the back for managing groceries. My parents always told me I could do whatever I set my mind to, but it was so easy to tread water for me that I never bothered trying to swim. Sounds like you have a nice family. I move to respond. The memory of them gives me a familiar pang of homesickness all over again. I might have found time to call my mom yesterday, but it just isn't the same. You okay? Yeah, I just miss them. Well, everyone here's going through the same thing. You as well? I miss my sister, yeah. She's probably fine, but that doesn't make it easier. Mom and Dad, too? Uh-oh. To be honest, things have been easier between me and my folks since I moved out. Huh. It's hard to imagine being on such bad terms with my family that moving away was better. The best thing about Christmas will be the chance to see them again. But Eileen doesn't seem particularly fussed about it at all. Leaving me to ponder, Eileen goes back to her painting. I get the feeling she wouldn't be this gracious to Caprice, so she seems to think a little better of me at least. She lent me an ear.
Not boring you, am I?
No, not at all. I like watching you paint.
Obviously, I'm not gonna read what is being read for me. She pauses for a moment before continuing. It's only for a second, but I sense hesitation there. Did I say something wrong? A moment passes. As soon as it arrives, Eileen's brush returning to the canvas. The other students appear to have left by now, the orange-stained room silent, save for her work. The building's just a little cold, but that's fine. As the minutes roll by, I end up watching her for a while as I swing my legs. Almost forgot I came here to actually draw, but that doesn't matter. Watching her painting slowly progress is more than enough. Every so often, she mixes up a dab of this paint and that on a wooden palette beside her. The side of a hip is traced out, the light bouncing off a waist shaded, or a flowing strand of hair detailed with the fine tip. I can't help but to admire her ability to set a goal and stay true to it, knowing exactly what she's working towards at this stage in her life. If only I had an ounce of the ambition Eileen has.
I might go to a cafe nearby to grab a coffee. I'll be back in a bit.
Tired?
Yeah. Sorry to distract you from your work.
Glad for the company. Have fun.
With that, I hop off the table and start towards the door.
Oh, wait.
Her voice stops me in my track as I am just about to go. It'd be great if she decided to come as well.
Could you grab me a coffee too? Espresso, straight. I'll give you some cash when you come back.
Yikes. So much for that. You could have still offered. What? Okay. With this, I am gonna end this video here because I need to go grab my charger. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment if you're enjoying this video, subscribe if you haven't already, share this video to your friends. Maybe you guys have a gamer friend who may like this game. It's not necessarily a game as much as it is a virtual novel. So send them my videos and see if they want to check it out. It is on Steam. I'm not sponsored by the creator of this. I just truly enjoy this game. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!